Welcome to another Sedaru live podcast. Kevin, are you there?
Adam, I'm here. Are you there?
Nice. I'm here. I'm Adam Simonson, Director of Enterprise Solutions for Sedaru. On the line here with us, Kevin Koshko, our Chief Product Officer. Kevin, are you ready for Vegas?
I am ready for Vegas. I don't know about gambling this time around, but definitely ready to hit up the show. Excited for ACE. Excited for the after parties. So let the games begin.
Should be good. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up with the AWWA ACE Conference in Las Vegas. This starts a week. We're taping this on the 4th of June, so a week from today. It starts out there. And Kevin and I are going to kind of go through some things that we think are cool, some things that we're doing from a Sedaru side that I think are also really cool, and mix in there. If you're not following us on social media, go ahead and make sure you're doing that. LinkedIn, look for Sedaru on same thing on Facebook, Twitter. We're on all your favorite channels. All your favorite channels. Kevin, so let's think. We've been doing this a little while. When was your first ACE that you went to?
Yeah, so I had to think about that a little bit. My first ACE was actually not until 2005.
Okay.
So I thought it was sooner, but I've been to tons of trade shows. I've been in the industry since like 2000, but 2005 in San Francisco was my first show. So
nice. Was that memorable?
It was. I only stayed for a few days, but I do remember like the cost of everything. So like it was in San Francisco, so you know how it's like dirt cheap there. So we stayed at the hosting hotel, and I remember like I came in late, so I'm like I'm gonna order some room service, or they had like the little card where you can fill it out, and then they give you breakfast in the morning. And I remember seeing it was a box of cornflakes for $32. And I was like, wow, that's San Francisco. Welcome. So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, no, the show was pretty good. But yeah, that was my first one. Nothing to write home about though.
Yeah. The first ACE I ever went to, I used to work for Hasted Methods not long after I was out of college. And we used to do these what we would call open houses, and they were a lot of fun. Then we used to do training in different cities, and then like some point during that training there would be like an open house event, right? That we would kind of show the software, get everybody together, drinks, cocktails, kind of thing. And they're typically 20 to 30 people, would show up depending on what city we were in, and to do it. We decided that year to do one. This is in 2001 in Washington D.C. And we sent out the invites to all kinds of different people like what's normally done, except we had 100 people RSVP for this party. We only had like 3 staff or 4 staff that were going to be there. And so the owner at the time, John Hasted, basically was like, whoa, that's not enough people. We need more people here. And so this was a few days before the event when things started trucking. It's the RSVP started coming in there fast and furious. And so he decided, we're all in Connecticut, right? So he decided, screw it, I'm just going to rent a plane. So he literally rented a jet. And like a dozen of us.
Who says screw it, I'm going to rent a plane?
I'm going to rent a plane. Yeah, exactly. So like you thought your cornflakes were expensive?
Yeah,
so he goes and rent this plane. And I forget what the bill was on the plane. I mean, it was not cheap. I mean, I don't know, $15,000 or something.
Right, yeah, 15, 20K, I'm thinking.
Yeah, but there was a dozen of us that went, and I think, that was the first and last time I've been on a private jet. So.
But last time because of your behavior or just because it was expensive?
Just in general. Yeah, okay. It's a little bit outside of my normal operating budget. I mean, I do, sometimes I'll get early boarding on Southwest, when I'm feeling crazy. As soon as we were airborne, cocktails in hand, we just partied the whole way. Got to DC, limo on the tarmac at National Airport. This was 4 months before 9/11, right? So security was still, it was, you still kind of do whatever you wanted. Limo drives up, picks us up at the thing, takes us off to the party. hang out, see customers, clients, interact 4 or 5 hours later, get back on the jet, and you're like back in your own bed that night, you know?
Congrats.
So every ACE since then has been like a mild letdown. I keep waiting for the next good thing, but
yeah. Well, Vegas is coming up next week. I don't know. Maybe we can hook up net jets or something. We can kind of make it work, right?
that's true. That is true. So no, but in all seriousness, I am really looking forward to ACE. I think it'll be good. It's one of my favorite events because really everybody from the water industry is there, and it's really, really cool. I know a lot of our friends from East Bay Mud are going to be there. I don't know, Kevin, you want to tell people a little bit about what we're doing there today in East Bay Mud? We just put a press release out about a few weeks ago, but I think people would love to hear about it.
Just super exciting. The usage out there has been phenomenal over the last several years. But yeah, just awarded a real large kind of multi-year contract with them. You guys may have seen the press releases. But yeah, excited to show off some of the things that they're doing. They're really leading the industry in a lot of ways with their investigation workflows, how they're tracking leaks and breaks, all their asset management. They have a homegrown like work order system that we're integrating with. It's really clean. So it's a really amazing set of work that we've done. The team over there is incredible. They're definitely an exemplary utility for us to be a part with. So.
Yeah, and it's pretty exciting in the evolution of Sedaru to have a tier 1 utility like that really move to Sedaru from an enterprise basis, and it's really validating for all the hard work and that we're doing.
Yeah,
I think for a lot of our folks, a lot of the sessions kind of looking at what's there, at the conference and what's available. I think it's interesting. There's a lot of sessions all around dealing with aging infrastructure.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because we've been talking about aging infrastructure for ages, it feels like. But continues to be an issue. So there's a workshop on Monday, which is actually sold out, that some of our friends, the folks that we know, are going to be hosting and doing stuff. Jim Cooper from Arcadis, who we've done a lot of work with, is doing part of that presentation there. So I'm hopefully going to try to sneak in and see some of that on Monday when I'm out there.
Nice. So that's kind of almost like the pre-conference seminars, right? Those on the day before.
Yeah, and those workshops are good. You got to pay a little bit extra to go to them, but people put a lot of work into them. Yeah, they're nicer because you get more of a hands-on kind of in-depth discussion on things. Conference presentations are really, the format's pretty limited. You got 20 minutes, 15 minutes kind of thing, 10 minutes, 5 minutes for questions, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's cool, especially with like aging infrastructure. I mean, that's kind of the one big thing that we didn't have last year at ACE that we're talking about this year is going to be our Sedaru CIP software that utilities are using to manage that. So all of the, the age of pipe, the, recommended or remaining available life, useful life, all those things that utilities are trying to track with everything else that's going on with, all their leaks that are happening simultaneously, all the work that's going on, any sort of hydraulic modeling implications, all that can be kind of tied into, a prioritized replacement program. So excited to show that off. And I think the timing's good. So.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, we are going to be showing it to a lot of people. And if I didn't mention it, we're at ACE. We're at booth 28040.
28040?
280. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. It's like
28040. We're at booth 28040.
That's right. All right.
I'll have to write it on my hand, I'm sure. So feel free, for the listening public out there to do the same. You can write it right in your hand, know where to find us. But we'll be showing the CIP product quite a bit, I think, because like you said, it really is. The idea too is kind of changing the way at which you administer your master plan and your prioritization. So, so many ways to kind of come up with that prioritization, but then thinking about, well, how do I track everything? How do I handle coordination with other utilities? How do I track the budget and the other costs associated with that? is really, CIP really kind of tries to make all of those pieces a lot easier, tries to make them significantly less tedious.
Yeah, you bet. And I think that's the key. Like all that, the work that really sucks, we're kind of automating that part, but still all the engineering judgment and all that, where you get to make the right decision based on the info that you got. That's where it's, really interactive, and you get to, do a lot of analytics and manipulation with that data. So
absolutely. Do you have any blackjack advice for folks out there, Kevin?
Yeah, don't play.
No, really?
Yeah, no, I've always been pretty terrible at blackjack. I do have good luck with craps though, so I don't play often. But yeah, I'll be able to just kind of roll the dice. I get all excited, and then typically for whatever reason, I usually have some good luck. I remember one time it was like I was 21, and I was like on the other side of the strip. I was playing craps and like totally lost, like, I don't know, a couple $100. And so like I went back, I was walking the strip. It was like, just kind of a lonely, sad walk back. And then I remember I had like a $1 left in my pocket. So I sat at the slot machine, threw it in, and it gave me like $100. I'm like, dude, nice. So I took that $100, went back to the craps table, and won like $500-600. I'm like, dude, that was all right. Thanks, Vegas. You got me back. So
nice. And how long did that $500-600 last you?
You know what? I have a method. So like I take my winnings, I put it in like my back pocket, so I don't like mess around with once I'm going, then I take that and stash it away. So it lasted as a parting gift for the trip.
Oh, nice. You went home, you like put it in your like unborn child's college savings account then.
You know what, dude? I think I still have like those chips. Like,
do you really?
My biggest problem is like, and that's why Vegas gets you, is like, I seriously have like $300 worth of chips just like in my drawers from like forgetting to like cash them in.
All right. Do me a favor. Just find them, bring them.
I will. But I think it's unfortunately for like the Desert Inn, like, which doesn't exist anymore. So they're not going to take them. But
they're good. You find someplace.
Yeah.
What's the 20-second craps for dummies primer for folks there? Like,
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's less than 5 seconds. Tip the staff.
Okay.
Because they'll move your money around. Like if you're throwing down a couple bucks for the boys, just say, hey, two-way. So, they take, you throw it down, they'll take half, you take half, and then they start, helping you out. Like when the dice start rolling. So they'll make recommendations, put you in the right spot, and, maybe even turn their eye to a bad roll once in a while.
Is it rude to ask to blow on somebody else's dice?
I say no. I really want you to go for it next week. So.
All right. I'm going to do it. I haven't played craps in a long time. Like it was, but I can't ever remember the rules on it,
Yeah, it's like riding a bike. You just got to head up to the table, or I'll take you under my wing, as tattered as it is. And we'll play for a little bit.
I noticed there's also a lot of good, like field trips planned out today. So you going to the Hoover Dam?
I am not. No.
Have you been? You've been there, I'm sure, though, right?
I actually haven't. No, I've never been one to do like the touristy things. I live in Arizona. I haven't seen the Grand Canyon. Lived next to the beach for a while. Rarely went. Like, I don't know. It's just I got something wrong with me. But.
All right, we'll go to the Hoover. I'm going to take you to the Hoover Dam next week.
What a treat! Thanks.
It'll be romantic. It'll be nice. A couple of the other things I think are going to be cool to kind of see and talk about, or to show for us to show off at ACE a little bit. I'm really excited for folks to take a look at our sort of next level of hydraulic modeling that we're doing in Sedaru. We've done a couple really cool things in the last year. One thing we've done, we've made these massive infrastructure improvements underlying the product, which doesn't it's not the sexiest thing to sort of show off, except when you run really big hydraulic models in it. So a big hydraulic model for like a large utility that has, tens of thousands of pipes in it. What's really cool is those simulations now run in a few seconds.
Yeah.
So almost as fast as like the underlying EPA net hydraulic engine can turn out results.
Yeah.
We're spitting back the results through a web browser just as quickly.
Yeah. I mean,
it's really cool to see.
Yeah, the maturity of the platform over the last half decade has grown immensely. So Sedaru has been a cloud platform since it started, and definitely one of the first in the industry. But instead of just kind of letting it sit there and be on the same platform that it's been, we spent a lot of time and resources this last year upping the ante, putting it on an even improved, upgraded, modern framework. So the software that's running today is multiples faster than it was, and just the stability, the security, everything about it has improved to kind of scale up for the times, and for us being a leader in cloud platform for utilities. So
yeah, no, and it's cool. And what I love with the modeling piece too is that we still have that really easy to use modeling platform. So, and that's always been such a big inhibitor to getting more people to use the model is to say, gosh, I don't know how to use this really complicated piece of software. So being able to check out, running your hydraulic model that'll run in seconds, but then be able to kind of quickly sift through results, change things around, run your own little mini scenarios quickly, is really a pretty cool paradigm out there.
Yeah, I agree. Without having to be a modeling expert, just pull it up, get some what if scenarios dialed in, run some fire flows super fast. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, that will be good. That'll be good. It's been a few years since I've been to Vegas. Well, so the last time I was in Vegas, this is interesting, I was there, I guess maybe 3 years ago. Well, yeah, so 3 years ago was the last time I was I've been through it a couple times on various things, but I actually ran the Las Vegas Marathon.
Nice.
Like an actual, not like the one where you drink.
Yeah, I was going to say, did anyone show up or... They were all too hungover to run, right?
Yeah, this was the running, the actual running marathon, which was kind. I mean, I'm not a terribly fast runner, terribly good at it, right? But sure. They run it on a Sunday night, and so they actually shut the strip down. So It starts at 4:00 on a Sunday evening.
Okay,
it's that's the lowest traffic time. So it was interesting though, because it was a bunch of buddies of mine from college that we decided to do this, and I flew out there on a Friday, and I landed, I don't know, 6-7 o'clock at night on a Friday night, meet up with my buddies from college, and immediately get 20 years stupider. Right?
Yeah, right. I mean, that's all it takes.
Right, within a second. So within an hour and a half, I'm at a blackjack table with a big glass of whiskey in my hand, smoking a cigarette, just getting
all the vices, right?
All the things you should get all charged up for, before you run a marathon. And we ended up getting thrown out of this comedy thing at 2 a.m. somewhere, because I didn't think we were actually heckling the comedian, but the security, I mean, he wasn't funny, right? So
to make it funny.
We were just pointing that out, right? We were saying things we were just waiting for the funny part to start, So they asked us to leave.
What a dick.
Yeah. And then, but I mean, if you're going to go run a marathon, it's about the worst thing you can do. So you just spend all day Saturday thinking just so hungover, feeling horrible, and just thinking man, I just trained for this thing for months.
Yeah.
And now I managed to screw it all up.
Just erase it in a matter of days.
So
yeah, I think the Vegas tagline should change. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That needs to just get upgraded to go to Vegas, come home 20 years dumber.
Right.
Perfect example.
The flights out of Vegas are always sad. Flights into Vegas, there's so much optimism and happiness. And
the world is your oyster, and then just a big depressing plane ride back.
Right. Exactly. So I tell you, the other cool thing I think that I'm excited to sort of talk to people about a little bit and for folks to know about is that we continue sort of month after month with Sedaru to record usage of the product.
Yeah.
And so that's really exciting because I mean there's a certain piece to what we're doing from a business side where we're financially continuing to grow and get new customers and do stuff, right? Which is really important, right? But I get way more excited about looking at folks every day getting more for every dollar that they're spending on Sedaru, right? Because they're using it more and more and more and more and using it for more activities.
Yeah. I think it was this last month, 60,000 like work orders, events, activities that our users have been using Sedaru for. So that's pretty awesome, and seeing that, it's a testament to, making sure that it's a fit for them and everyone's getting value out of it. It's not just something where we, sell a piece of software and it sits on the shelf by any means.
Yeah. Yeah. And any way you look at the metrics, whether it's, sort of items completed that you're doing or hours logged in or, any way we sort of slice and dice it at all, it's pretty exciting. And certainly it's one of those things that I love too about the cloud solution is that we can sort of work with customers to sort of say like, that's awesome. I'm glad to see how you're using it. Like, are you doing it for this? Is it working well for this? Do we need to improve things here and there? So, pretty exciting to kind of keep building on that at ACE as well.
Yep, agreed.
Cool. So Kevin, any other words of wisdom before we should we do like a ACE wrap-up podcast the week after maybe?
I think that makes sense. We can talk about all the wonderful things we learned. We can, our vocabulary will be 20 years like less advanced. I think we should go for it.
That's true. There might be just a lot of like,
lots of derps,
Yeah. No, we'll see. I think we should. We'll do a wrap up and kind of talk about like the cool things that we did see out there, what we learned, some fun interactions that we have. And we can do that. We are having like a fun little client dinner planned out there, or dinner/party. It's sold out at the moment. But if you want to come, give me a call. I might know some people, might be able to squeeze you in.
Pull some strings,
exactly. So yeah, if you're listening to this and you're looking for us at ACE, we're at booth 28040. We're at booth 28040. 28040.
That's easy.
Yeah, 28040. It works.
All right.
And then look for us on social media, search for Sedaru, and on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can find all our info there. Anything else, Kevin?
That's it. Looking forward to it.
All right. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.